When was the last time that someone made you feel upset because they were unkind, mean, unfair? Was it today or even this week? Martin Luther King said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." We're going to talk about agape and the transformative power of unconditional love. Of course, we will talk about having it with boundaries, but what do you think about darkness cannot drive out darkness? Only light can do that. What are your thoughts on that? We are in the transformation series, so today we're going to talk about the transformative power of agape love. We're going to have some great articles, some scripture reminding us about love being patient and kind and all that good stuff. And then we're going to have some bonus content from my published devotionals. And at the end, there's always a prize, which I'll tell you about soon. And I'm Nurse Ann. I'm a certified emergency and mental health registered nurse on the front lines for many years and still going. And I don't know about your family, where you work, how you see that in action, where people are angry or upset, maybe even coming at you, but you show that kindness, respect, and patience. Have you seen that lower someone's defenses and kind of change the energy into something more workable, something more positive? So we're going to get into the first article. Is from Medium, and it's called Agape, the Transformative Power of Unconditional Love. And as I said, Martin Luther King also said, hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And they remind us that even though this was talked about a long time ago, that it's an enduring truth that resonates in an era still grappling with divisions, hostility, and fear. Fear invades all of our lives. What about you? In our quest for unity, seeking out the light of agape, which is that unconditional love, has never felt more urgent. It can enrich personal relationships and has the potential to catalyze societal transformation. And they break it down to understanding agape. It can also be revered across faith traditions and philosophies, and it symbolizes enlightened compassion in its purest form. And a lot of this has to do with the purity of our motives and our intentions, because a lot of times someone might be trying to trick, dupe, manipulate you. Even our own minds can do that. But just bringing us back to living a life of agape and having right intentions goes a long way for your own peace and harmony and on your own goals and life trajectory. It represents a divine influence in human affairs, softening hearts and fostering transcendent harmony. To fully grasp agape, we must explore its unique qualities, setting it apart from other emotional bonds. And they describe some of the different types of love: affectionate fondness or erotic desires called eros love. But agape transcends that conditionality. It's more of a selfless grace, unfettered by expectations, and remains steadfast regardless of circumstance. As you know, the different kinds of friendships and love, when hard circumstances come off, sometimes those bonds are broken. But agape embodies total empathy, prioritizing understanding over judgment. This form of love, often attributed to divine origins, is marked by boundless forgiveness and charity, transcending ordinary human frailties. And even in the Gospels, Jesus exemplified the ideal of boundless love and infinite forgiveness, demonstrating through his words and actions a radical form of love that embraces even enemies and a willingness to forgive, transcending conventional limits, even in the face of direct harm and betrayal. So we will pause here for your comments. What do you think about showing unconditional love? What kind of boundaries are important? What do you think? Leave that in the comments. We can still show that kind and have those kind of intentions, show that kind of unconditionality, but still maintain healthy boundaries, not being walked on like a doormat, not being abused. This isn't about abuse. If you're in an unsafe situation, so important to seek safety. In the aspirational peak of human emotion, they tell us that notable thinkers, including Gene Outca and C.S. Lewis, view agape as the zenith of human emotional capability. Its selfless nature, devoid of egoic reward, holds immense power for societal reform and interpersonal healing. And psychologist Abraham Maslow positioned such transcendent love at the apex of his hierarchy of needs, linking it to the realization of one's highest purpose and creativity. And also at my website, nurseann.com, it's there to help advocate for others, to help us all learn to be more creative, show that kindness and compassion. And that's nurseann.com, and with an E, you can see it in the description. And how do we practice agape in daily life? It requires a rooted intention. Once again, our intentions, our motives are important, and how we live every moment of our life. In thinking about integrity, what is integrity? It's even what you think and act when you think no one is watching. And we just finished the Legacy series, and we talk also a lot about that. And that's also a tab at the website, nurseann.com. So we must shift from a scarcity mindset governed by fear to one of abundance, characterized by freely giving, graciously receiving, and letting go of grudges. Reflecting daily on how we desire to be treated by loved ones can help us extend this grace to others. Practicing non-judgment tames the ego and fosters unity consciousness, increasing our capacity for agape. This can be achieved through forgiving past wrongs, volunteering, or expressing gratitude and amends through letters. And it can transcends across cultures, and we can release biases, connect beyond certain categories and limitations, and tap into our luminous nature. And they tell us that each step toward the mountaintop of agape broadens our compassion. Do you want broadened compassion that will flow outward but also flow back to you, aiding in the transformation of individuals and societies alike? And they conclude it saying that agape's power as a selfless healing light is unmatched in its potential for personal and societal transformation. By striving towards this pinnacle of compassion, we can truly make a difference in this world. This is the Transformation series, and as I said, we just finished the Legacy series, because your legacy isn't just for the future, it's also as you go, making a difference by first transforming and learning about your own self, and then leaving that legacy as you go, showing that kindness and compassion. So one of the good scriptures, of course, probably most people have heard 1 Corinthians 13, that love is patient. And they're talking about agape love. I would think love is kind. It doesn't envy. It doesn't boast. It's not proud. It doesn't dishonor others. And that's where those purity of motives and intentions and integrity comes in. Sure, we can get ahead for the moment when we dishonor others for our own climbing a ladder, or maybe immediate gratification by dishonoring someone else, tricking, lying, duping, manipulating. But I don't know about you, but does that really sit well with your conscience, your heart, your mind, your soul? So it doesn't dishonor others. It's not just self-seeking. It's not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love doesn't delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. I also have a video called about being a truth teller, and that's on the Legacy series, link at the website. It always protects. What do you think about being an advocate for others, protecting others, especially if you see them getting bullied, isolated, or picked on? It's great to stand up for others. Always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. And so that's from 1 Corinthians 3. And just also going to read you one more thing about agape before we go on to the bonus content, and then the prize, which I'll tell you about in a second. And I hope you follow this channel because it's here for your inspirational wellness of mind, body, and spirit. As I said, I'm a nurse, certified emergency and mental health registered nurse on the front lines for many years and still going. So the AI overview reminds us that agape love is a selfless, unconditional form of love that can transform relationships, personal growth, and communities. It can help overcome hostility, foster deeper connections, promote our own personal development, destroys what is not Christ-like, help us purge out pride, lust, and other self-centered attitudes. It can also nurture our virtues, and it broadens compassion. Each step toward agape love broadens our compassion, which can help transform individuals and societies. Do you want to be a person of transformation? I hope that you do. So we're going to jump onto the bonus content from my published devotionals, link at the website, and then we're going to go on to the prize, which is a short, quick, action-packed chapter from my published fictional drama where the frontline workers and the community and the church and the families are rescuing those in crisis on mental, physical, and spiritual. So we're going to go to one of my devotionals. It's called Word Puzzles Devotional. It's interesting words linked to everyday life and our inner thought struggles, along with relevant biblical prescriptions for you to get your dose of wisdom and inspiration. I want you to overcome and thrive. There's hope and new light for your life journey. You know what else is in the Word Puzzles Devotional? Medicine for your soul. Do you need soul medicine? I bet you do. I bet you also need a drink of water. Lots of water throughout the day is so healthy for you. It's even healthy for your cells. Do you have healthy cells? You can get some. Anyway, what I picked today from the Word Puzzles Devotional is, this is an A to Z format, and the letter today is U, and the word is unconditional. What does it mean? It means not subject to any conditions, unreserved, unrestricting, unquestioning. Have you ever felt unconditionally accepted and or loved? Have you? Or did you think you had to jump through hoops to please or maintain a rigid set of standards to receive a stamp of approval? Hopefully, we give and receive this from loved ones. Not everyone can claim this to be true. Of course, we expect others to act with integrity, but mistakes in judgment and actions are a reality of life. Do we toss that person aside, give up on them, perhaps just give them one more chance? We face these decisions on an ongoing basis. And as I said before, it's important for you to also have boundaries and be safe. Hopefully we'll choose to help in the refinement process to see another's life eventually shine. Even though this can be difficult, ultimately we'll witness and be a part of a transformed soul, and that can be a blessing for both. Thankfully, we have notable examples provided from the one who will never give up on us. Romans 8 encourages us in a big way. I'm persuaded that neither death nor life, angels nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height nor depth, nor any other creature will be able to separate us from the love of God. And who can top this one? No one. And 1 Corinthians gives us an excellent tutorial about helping others thrive, even when it could be arduous. Verse 7 strengthens our resolve to continue to love and bear with others, to endure through hard times and never give up on the hope for restoration. Who would benefit from your patient ministry? And I know we need that also for ourselves. We're going to need that favor for ourselves one day. And that's from the Word Puzzles Devotional by Nurse Ann, link at the website. The next one I picked is from Ignite Life Poetry Devotional. I wrote this, it's very serious. It talks about very serious life situations in here. There's domestic violence, abuse, people being bullied, anxiety, just getting down on ourselves. So many life situations that people face. I'm not going to go over all of them right now, but there is a link on the website to Ignite Life Poetry Devotional to help you as you go to dare to inspire and bless everyone in your path and listen to each other's life stories. What is your life story? And I'll pick one of the spoken words that I did in here. And also at my website, there is Ignite Life tab and also a spoken word tab and some others where I read some of these on there for you. I hope you'll check those out. Make sure you follow and share this. So this is called Strangers by Nurse Ann. A sea of people. Who can I trust? Walking by them every day, averting eyes, seems like a must. By chance, do we have something in common? Similar hobbies, life goals to achieve, families to raise, reasons to believe. Our hearts all beat the same. Blood flows and revives. My fear of these strangers is something to tame. In the devotional part asks, at your school or workplace or church or other social gathering, have you ever taken the time to notice a new face that might look shy and alone? Do you consider it a joy to welcome new people and try to make them feel included? Tell me about that. And that's from my Ignite Life Poetry Devotional. And a couple more we have from the Mental Healing Poetry Devotional. We discuss life challenges and along with God-ordained courage and healing to turn away from mindsets controlled by fear. I want you to step into your true destiny of a faith walk and purpose-driven path. And I first started my attempt at spoken word in this Mental Healing Poetry Devotional. A lot of mental health struggles and just thought and mind battles that we go through. One of them in here is called Encourage One Another. I'm not going to read the poem. It's at the website, and you can also get the book link in the website. But I'll read you the devotional part. Does your day feel elevated when someone compliments you on your actions or looks? Conversely, what do you think when a negative comment comes your way? How we choose to talk to ourselves and others can be stepping stones to their courage and inspiration to carry on with whatever tasks we're dealing with. But of course, we don't know what people are going through most of the time. I pray we can ask God to give us eyes of compassion and empathy and verbalize life-giving words and hopes of brightening a life. We all need that encouragement. Mental Healing Poetry Devotional. And my latest is your Everyday Legacy Poetry Devotional to splash impactful transformation as you go. And as I said, your life legacy isn't just for the future, but as you go. And at my website, you can see the tab about transformation, and I have all the videos there for you, and also a link to the Everyday Legacy Poetry Devotional by Nurse Ann. There's also the Inspiration Battles Devotional, because sometimes it's hard to stay inspired, and I encourage soul searching with a dose of encouragement in here. We all need soul searching and encouragement. Inspiration Battles Devotional. And last but not least, there's the Energized Health Body, Mind, and Spirit, which helps you because you know our body, mind, and spirit work together in synergy. So let's jump on to the bonus and the prize, and then I will see you the next time. So we'll make it quick. Grab your drink of water, of course. So in my free time as a busy nurse on the front lines, I created this 6-part series that highlights different mental and emergency and emotional struggles that people go through on the front lines. And also in your own life, we also highlight the relationship drama of the frontline workers, along with the church, the community, and the families, and how people help, how they don't help, and all the drama. So we already finished book 1, A Sheep Among Wolves. We talked about trauma, people alone on the street, fending off hallucinations. There's danger, action, suspense, romance, faith, and inspiration. We finished Dr. John Doe. We talked about Alzheimer's and memory problems, along with the frontline workers' relationship and their drama. We finished A Tent Under the Bridge, which really gets into homelessness and why people sometimes choose to live on the street, and just more anxiety and drama and relationships in here. And now we're on Defenders of the Week. We talk about anxiety and bullying. Then we're going to go to Ready, Willing, and Able. We talk about autism and the spectrum, along with people helping each other, how people can shine and have their own unique talents. And then we wrap it up with Out of Control, which is the season finale. And we talk about addiction, relapse, entitled people, and the culmination of a very important relationship. And I call it the season because it's written to be a television drama series with your help. You know what? It is 6 short stories, but they are interconnected. So it's in one book. Link at the website. It's you ride along in this book club, the Mental Falls First 6 Stories edition by Nurse Ann. One more exciting fact about this, and we'll get on to the chapter. I had it made into an audiobook because we don't always have time to read. Not to mention, the narrator, Drama Simpson, brought it to life with siren noises, action. You're going to feel like you're right there in the drama, different characters. And this is what it looks like on Audible and iTunes. The Mental Falls First 6 Stories edition by Nurse Ann. You are going to love that. I hope you go and check that out and leave your review. See you there. Let's jump into today's chapter of the Mental Falls. We're on Defenders of the Week by Nurse Ann. Follow, like, share. Chapter 17 is Poetry in Motion. And you can go back also on the website, on the podcast, Patreon, YouTube tabs, and listen to them in order. There's always a video about something important for our lives, and then I read you a quick chapter. But today is Poetry in Motion. Chandra had just finished meeting with the mental health team and was excited that they said she could be discharged and go home the next day. She felt so much better and had been avidly writing new poems in her journal that elevated her mood. She hoped her writing would also help encourage others. While working on her latest entry, her new roommate, Tracy, made her way into the room after the nurse had taken Tracy's vital signs. "Tracy, this is Chandra. She's going to be your roommate," said Nurse Angela to the new arrival. "I think the two of you will hit it off, even though Chandra gets to go home tomorrow." After the nurse left the room, Tracy asked Chandra what she was writing about. "Oh, just some poems I'm working on. I have a blog, and before I came here, I was ready to shut it all down. I was tired of being picked on and bullied, and I just felt like I couldn't take it anymore," she answered. "I know what you mean. I'm stressed to the max. I'm tired of my father expecting me to be perfect," replied the new patient. "Would it be okay if I could hear some of your poems?" "Sure, I'll read some to you. Then you can let me know your reaction." "If you think they'd be okay to post online," answered Chandra. After hearing the heartfelt writings of the college girl, Tracy started to sob. "Oh no, I hope I didn't make you feel sad. I'm so sorry." "I'll stop," cried the writer. "No, please go on, they're great. Listening to your words is helping me already. I hear a lot of light in them. I wish I could be calm and content like you," said Tracy. When Chandra fell on her bed laughing, Tracy asked what was so funny. "If you could have just seen me a week ago, I was a mess. To hear someone describe me as peaceful and calm, I can hardly believe it myself," informed her roommate. "The staff here have really helped me work on my life, and I feel very motivated and encouraged to get back on track." Are you ready to get back on track in your life for your goals and your mission and your purpose? "I'm on a mission now," she said. "I'm excited about helping others. I don't even care what they say about me anymore. I'm learning more and more that if people mistreat you, they're probably feeling bad about themselves and have a lot of unresolved stuff to work on." What do you think about that? "Maybe that's why my dad always acts like a jerk," Tracy wondered. As the two chatted about their life situations, Tracy started to think that maybe this visit would do her some good. Chandra was intrigued when Tracy told her about meeting Marcella in the bathroom. You'll have to go back to hear about that, or ride along on this book club and listen to the audiobook. She said even though her dad probably didn't want the girls from the boarding home there, Marcella helped her see her own life in a better light. She saw that Marcella had been through a lot and was in a difficult situation, but she was making the best of it and still going for her dreams. Tracy told Chandra that she planned to call Marcella later that evening. When her parents arrived for the visiting time, Tracy decided to give them a chance and be nicer. After her parents placed their keys and phones at the desk for safekeeping, per the instructions from the staff, Tracy sat down with her parents at the visitors' table. We're almost done. When Catherine Davis listened intently to her daughter, Robert couldn't stop looking around and hoping that no one would recognize him. He had never been in a mental hospital before. What would people think if they saw a church elder here? Turning his attention back to his daughter to listen to her, he didn't see when Nurse Angela came up to their table and offered some water or juice to drink. Stuttering over his words, he hoped that this lady he had recognized at church did not know who he was. As his worst fears for the moment came true, Angela quietly said, "Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Davis. I appreciate all you do for our church. Let me know if there's anything you all need at the table. And don't worry, everything here is confidential. No one will know that I saw you here." Tracy is a very nice young lady. Sputtering out his best thank you, Mr. Davis held down his head in shame. Why was this nurse so nice to him? He silently wondered. Wasn't she one of Jonathan's friends? Surely she must know what happened in the office. When visiting time was over, Tracy's parents headed home, and Tracy eagerly went back to her room to talk more with her roommate. The two were hitting it off. Chandra was excited when they called Marcella during phone time. Marcella got a chance to talk to both of the girls and told them what an encouragement they were also to her. The trio vowed to hang out with each other when they got out of the hospital. So that's the end of chapter 17. Next is chapter 18, Mercy in Action. So I hope you stay tuned and see you at the next podcast. Follow, like, share, leave your comments, and see you at the next NurseAnn.com podcast. And I hope you have that transformative power of agape love in your own life and have those good, true intentions. See you.